Wheels on your bed, it's a head nigga.
What's the deal? You know I'm finna hit you with that shit. If it's wheels on your beat, you know it's some heat, man. I'm telling you. I gotta be better. Nah, I'm fucking with y'all. Man, I gotta tap in with y'all and I gotta vent. I gotta get this shit off my chest. Listen to me. I like 2K24, but I had came to the conclusion that I am out of my rabbit ass mind. You see, cause last year, and I'm thinking about all the previous years, I didn't realize how much money that I had invested into 2K. Last year, I spent $952. And I didn't even know. Because I got two different versions of the game when I had boosts, opposed to when I didn't have boosts. I never buy aesthetics and stuff like that. I always buy things to make the player play better. I didn't even really create that many builds last year. I never created a lot of builds. I had bought me an Xbox Series X, so I'm including that too. So I had made a build on my Xbox Series X, right? Shit build. Didn't like it. It was a 6.4. Didn't like it at all. This is in the beginning of the year when the game first came out. And then when I got out of town, when I came back in town for work on my PS5, I had made a 6.8 build, right? And then that build was just, I don't know, man. It just wasn't it. But then everybody was talking about the 6.9, and I didn't create a 6.9 to damn near almost like the middle of the annual, before the annual release date for 2K24. So you know what I'm saying? I want to say like around February, March is when I made a 6.9, probably April. So I got a different experience, but the game was still like, it just wasn't, it wasn't hitting for me. And I don't know, man. I was just real undecided about 2K23. It's like a big question mark as far as like, where do I rank the game at? But anywho, I had, when it all came about, how much money had you spent, on the game? So I looked at all my transactions. I'm going through my transactions. So once I rallied up every transaction that I made for 2K, it came out to around $952. And I didn't even know that I spent that much money on the damn game. This 2K, I realized that I think I'm done with it. I don't care about it anymore. I used to care about the video game. And I think that I've understood that I see that they don't care anymore. Whoever's in charge, they don't care about us anymore. They get us hyped up with the promo and marketing every year. And then when the game comes out, just like when they dropped the game out, I kind of knew, because when I think about shit, I think about it in 5 different ways. I knew when they dropped this game that they were testing. We were playing a beta version of the game. This is why we got this big ass update. I knew that, and Brutal Sim said something about that. But I knew that. I was like, bro, this game is unfinished. The reason how I knew was because the shot timing wasn't correct. The shot timing was not correct. The visual cues weren't correct for the what is that called? The jump and the release. Like, none of that was correct. So I knew that the game was unfinished and that it was still going through a beta test or whatever. Then they were going to do that. And then just the stills, like, they can't seem to make it make sense anymore. But they want you to spend your money on the game. And this is just a video to warn people that's out there that plays the game. Don't get caught up like some of us did. The ones that played 2K17, because all we're doing is we're in search of that feeling again. We want that feeling of 17, 16, 19, 20. But the realization of it is we're not going to get it, because gaming is going into another era. It is going into another era where they're seeing, these companies are seeing that they're making bank off of microtransactions, what looks cool. So It's no longer about the game and how the game runs and how the game feels. We are the fourth game of next gen consoles. I got a NetDoomer router. Every time I boot up, I'm waiting to see if they got different servers. So when a game start, I'm waiting to see if it's gonna put me in the right server. It keeps me in the same server when I'm in the West. It's Oregon or Virginia. Oregon in the West, Virginia in the East. Those are the only two servers they have. That's why the game feels very. It doesn't feel responsive. It's the same. Everybody's on this. Everybody's on the West Coast is on the same server, and everybody on the East Coast is on the same damn server. Now, those who are closer to the data centers, they might have a little bit more luck because of the with the input delay by coming first in, first out. You know what I'm saying? The peer-to-peer. I know this shit sounds crazy. I do my homework when it comes to networking. I've been studying networking for about 5 years now. Just on my own, just the ins and outs and shit. I low-key did want to go to school for it. Just ain't had the time to do it because I'm into other shit. But yeah, man, I'm just here to tell y'all that I think that the franchise it's not about basketball anymore. And I honestly think that 24 is a good game. I think it's a good game. I think it's just a half-ass game. It's a half-ass game. Like I play other games. Well, I've been playing other games, and I don't see them updating the game every day, every other week, or every other day. These people update their game with something every other day. Every other day, there's an update about something, a glitch or something. And I'm like, how? How do y'all release a game without even noticing this shit? That's because I don't even think they really test the game out. There's no way they do. There's no way. But if I'm a company, a multi-billionaire, millionaire company, and I'm saying, well, these motherfuckers, they don't give a fuck about it. They're gonna still pay. Why wouldn't I release the same shit every year or put fugazi shit in there every year? Because So what I'm saying, this is a message to the people out there who genuinely love the game like I do, who genuinely looking for that that competitive spirit. Don't get the competitive spirit mixed up with stupidity and half-ass. That's like somebody selling you a Jordan with a hole at the bottom of the sole. You're not gonna buy Jordan anymore if the Jordan at the bottom of the sole keeps ripping. You're gonna stop buying Jordans and you're like, the product looks good, but it's half-ass. It's not a good product. And we just need more people to put that narrative out there. I don't care about a logo because that's just a distraction right there. And a lot of streamers that have that logo, they're so confused because they want to feel accepted and they don't want to lose position that they be willing to lie. Don't listen to some of these content creators and people that go to these 2K community events. Don't listen to them, bro, because all that is they're yes men. They want to keep their position and stay getting invited because that's what's going to bring the views in. When all this shit is said and done, and when Live comes out with a newer game, you're going to see all of everybody's true colors come out. When them next makers get fired, you're going to see everybody's true colors come out. Because those next makers and people who are like heavily inside with 2K, like Shakedown and all of them, trust me, they're gonna break soon. Cause they know it's bullshit. They know it's intolerable, but they getting invited to the 2K community shit every year. They get a free flight, they get a free room. All right, all I gotta do is just say some not speak my mind or whatever, what I'm saying, and let my peoples know that they doing foul by us or whatever. That's why you don't ever really see them niggas Them niggas don't be making a ton of bills. What they do is they use y'all money from the bill. They use y'all money from the views that y'all, when y'all watching them, and they use y'all money to test the shit out or whatever. But if you think about, bro, you're not gonna find no good information about the game. That's because the game is already hit its peak. I keep telling that. There ain't no good information, ain't nothing new, you know what I'm saying, about this video game. Ain't nothing very new. Ain't nothing that's gonna benefit you, because we all caught up with how 2K is. It's the same game every year, same moves every year, with just a little bit of new additions that they add. That's it. And I'm waking up and seeing it, because now, like, it used to be a game where whatever I was doing for that day, when I came home, I'm ready to plug up and I'm ready to hoop. I don't even have that feeling anymore with 2K. And it's not because I'm not a bad player, you know what I'm saying? You know, and that's crazy. Some people will say, oh, a 71 win percentage is bad. Nigga, it's not bad. It's not bad. See, anything like, that's not a bad, you know what I'm saying? Like that, don't get it fucked up, bro. If you're in the 70s, 80s, that is totally fine. You're a good player, bro. And me personally, you could be in the 50s. I can look at somebody and tell that they're good. I can look at somebody gameplay and I can tell, like, okay, if this motherfucker's good. Some people that have those high win percentages, they play the meta style. They're not good at the video game. Being good at the video game is simply knowing everything you need to know about a video game. When you're in this type of situation, that's just 2K not making the game to where people that have high IQs in real time, real life, basketball, be able to imply the moves. Like Cobra, that is a high IQ player who understands commands of the video game, knowing how to do up and unders, knowing how to do post fakes, jab up and unders, knowing how to do reverse pivot foots, like things like you would imply in real life. Foot mechanics, because that's what basketball is. Foot mechanics, pass mechanics, like that's IQ to me. So when I see players that know how to do things like that, opposed to just using the faulty mechanics of speed boosting, that's easy to do. That's super easy to do. That's just the game. If we had defense like how the fucking AIs had defense, you would see a lot of people just get boxed all the time. You would see a lot of people get boxed until you have to hit them with some different shit. So, yeah, man, I just want to tap in. I ain't really tapped in on the YouTube, man, because I really just ain't had no motivation to play the game that I love. I used to really love 2K. Now I see that 2K has abandoned me. They have turned into something that is just not what it came from. And I'm trying to put the message out there for you guys. Don't be confused and don't fall for it. Don't give them niggas y'all money. That is fugazi. Them niggas are fucking with sliders. Just like how they can take away somebody's logo within seconds. They make you reboot but when you turn the game off and turn the game back on, your logo's gone. The same way they do that is the same way how they can adjust the whole sliders of the video game. All right, let's change this and let's make this a little bit harder. That's so people start second guessing their builds. Let's slow things down so people can start second guessing their builds. Let's intentionally make acceleration really not matter, so we can make people go in there to create second builds, and then we'll switch it back season 2 or switch it season 3. You know what I'm saying? So they can go, so they can either go back to their old builds, or now we made them create 2 or 3 builds. That's what they do. It's called control. Yeah, but I'm not gonna preach no more about it. Y'all just gonna have to figure it out, like how I figured it out, and you're just gonna have to wake up. You're just gonna have to wake up and realize that the company, seeing that what these motherfuckers is doing is foul. At least make the game free if you're gonna be charging like that. That's what I'm thinking. If I'm gonna spend $952, at least make the video game free. Dang. These niggas crazy, man. But hey, man, y'all already know, man. It's wheels on your beat. You know it's a beat. I'm about this bitch, oh God.